Hi, this is Paul. I want to make a video about the election. I posted a video last week before the election, and now it's post-election. Okay, my candidate didn't win. Okay, so I have to suck it up and deal with the reality. Okay, gonna have a new president uh, next year, January, and like I said, I'm not happy with it again because again, in my opinion, and again, that's why this is my channel and my opinion. I don't think he's a decent human being, to be perfectly honest. Okay, but more people in this country decided that they wanted him, so it is what it is. So we just have to live with it. And like I said, like me and my friend were talking about at work. As long as he doesn't mess around with my Social Security, I'm not. And like I said, I tuned everything out basically because on your YouTube channel, you get political videos and all that stuff because you watch that stuff. So I've been trying to unsubscribe from that stuff and click not interested just because I didn't want to deal with the fallout. I didn't want to see all countless hours of people saying why she lost and this loss and all this. I'd rather not deal with it. Okay, it's monotonous to me. Okay, like I said, and I've always said on this channel that I hate politicians. Okay, and I stand by that. I still hate politicians. Okay, I still think most of them, the majority of them, are just in it for themselves. But there are a few good ones out there. And like I said, we just have to, he won the election, so we just have to deal with it and move on. Okay, so that's all I'm going to do, and I'm not going to pay much attention to it. Like I said, I don't think I've watched CNN or MSNBC since before the election, and I don't intend on watching. Maybe eventually I'll tune back in, but I just have no desire to watch any of it. Okay, and you can call me a sore loser, I guess, if you want to. But I just, why watch something that just gonna make you mad? So I say, you know what? I just rather not watch it and not have to deal with it. Okay, the reality is reality. Okay, and he's gonna be the president for the next 4 years, so we have to live with it and just move on from there. So again, like I said, as long as he don't mess with my Social Security, something that I've been working for all my life, as long as you don't try to cut that or anything or extend it or anything else, then I'm okay. I don't care what he do. He can blow up the planet as far as I'm concerned. Okay? Just don't mess with my Social Security. Okay? Again, I just have to live with it and move on. Okay? So that's it is what it is. Okay? And the only I guess feeling negative feeling, I only feel bad for Kamala. I only feel bad for her. Okay? And again, like me and my friends, we talk about it at work because we talk. And I only feel bad for her because basically she had 3 months to try to win over people. And another thing that me and my friend were talking about, and it's reality. I think they definitely have to not pick a woman the next time. And I know some people say, well, that's sexist. No, I think the reality is some men will just not vote for a woman. Doesn't matter, black or white. Doesn't matter. Some men will just not vote for a woman. Okay, it's just, and my friend said he doesn't think in his lifetime that he will see a woman president, and I tend to agree with him when he said that. It's just what it is. Some men will just not vote for a woman, no matter how qualified she is or whatever. They just won't, they won't do it, no matter what. Okay, and like I said, Hillary, she was a very polarizing figure. Okay, even though she was, I think, up at the time, she was a very polarizing figure. Okay, and then of course the same thing with Kamala to an extent, not as much as Hillary. Although I think she got beat way worse than Hillary did. Okay, and I think reality is this: some people basically just lied. I think lied to the pollsters. But although we also saw that less people voted this time, and I think that was people were not happy with the choices. I think that's a reality. People were just not happy with the choices. And also, I think abortion was not the #1 issue for people. The economy. What's that? That was that famous saying that I forgot who said it. Somebody, I think it was during the Bush, George Bush, the second Bush era, when they said it's the economy, stupid. I think that's what the problem was here. It was the economy. That's what people cared about the most. The economy. Okay, I think that was the driving force, and for better or worse, I think the majority of people that voted for Donald Trump, I think they thought that he had the key because he was a former businessman. He had the key to to solving high prices and all that stuff. Even though he's been bankrupt 6 times, but I think had more confidence that he would do that. So I think that's why they voted for him. And again, going forward, I said they have to get younger, and I do. And there's 2 people I was telling my friend that I blame for Kamala losing, or not her losing as much as the Democrats losing. And I think one person, of course, obviously is was the president. Okay, I think Biden. I think he again, like I think, and they say I think even I just heard myself because he's still watching it. I heard him. I think there was a article where people said that Nancy Pelosi, she blamed Biden for running at all. Okay, and staying in the race way too long. Okay, and I tend to agree with that. I think because I tend to remember him saying that he was going to be a transitional president, that he wasn't going to run again, and then all of a sudden he changed his mind. But at the same time, they were hiding him, and I don't know if that was his wife as much as maybe as his aides. They were basically hiding him. He had he wasn't doing any press conferences and all that stuff. They knew he was, slowing down mentally, and they basically kept him hidden. Okay, and for whatever reason, I guess the aides, they wanted to keep their job, so they basically covered up for him. Okay, and never let the American people know how bad his mental state was until, again, to that debate where it was exposed for all the world. And then, even then, he still didn't want to bow out until they finally put that pressure on him. They had the big wigs go to him, and he finally dropped out. And then, of course, Kamala was his vice president. Come on, yeah, and then they picked her. Oh, like I said, but I think the best thing probably would have been to have a primary. Okay, I think that would have probably been the best thing at the beginning if they would have had a primary. But again, what's done is done. But I think that probably would have been the best way. That way you could have picked the best candidate to be. And it's not a slight on her, but she was unpopular because Biden hit her. He didn't put her out there in front. When you want a vice president to run for a president, you expose them. You have them go out, make public speeches and all this stuff. But he literally kept her hidden for all these years, okay, and kept her hidden, and that's why I think a lot of people didn't have faith, and Donald Trump did. He got more of the black vote. He got a lot of the Latino vote, okay. So they have to come up with a better strategy of appealing to voters and stuff, because they really have to, and it's just they literally got their behind kicked. They lost the Senate, and they may lose the House as well. So all you can do is you got to change your strategy. And they also should fire I think his name is Jamie Harrison, the president of the DNC. He needs to be fired. Okay, he literally needs to be fired because he's the one that should have went to Biden and told him, don't run for president. If you're thinking about running for president, don't. Remember, you said you're going to be a transitional president. Okay, your approval rating is in the toilet. Okay, and just because you beat Trump once, okay, your approval rating is in the toilet. Okay, and people want to change. And I think it would have been better for them for the Democrats to have a primary where they could have had a bunch of candidates again, and the people would have saw everybody and hear their ideas, and then they would have picked not a better candidate, but they would have picked a candidate that's been vetted. Okay, and again, I don't want to say this as a knock to her, Kamala, because I think it really pissed me off when you hear these people calling her stupid. She's not stupid. She's a lawyer. She went to college. She graduated. She had a law degree. She's not stupid by a long shot. So them saying that is just a sexist slight against her. But I think a primary would have been better. And I mean, not in the limited time that she had, but I'm saying if Biden wouldn't have ran again, okay, if he would have stuck to his original thing when he said he was going to be a transitional president, and then that way they could have had in the beginning of the primary season, they could have had a primary where you get all the best candidates up there, and then you allow the American people to pick the best one, okay, and again, I feel bad for her because there was all this supposed positive momentum, but again, I think a lot of it, and I think there was a lot of positive momentum, but I think, frankly, she had a couple of things going against her. Again, I think the economy thing, okay, I think that was going against her. The limited time she had, I think that was going against her, okay, because I think people just saw her as an extension of Biden. Excuse me, I'll say Bush, of Biden. So no matter what she did, so and then also I think again the sexism thing is a real thing. The sexism and the racism thing. I know people say, "Oh, don't blame it on." No, I think that is a real thing. There's just some people that were just never going to vote, okay, for a woman or a woman of color. That's just reality, okay. But I also think a lot of people thought, like I said, the number one issue was the economy, and they said, no, listen, they said maybe Trump can be the one to get us out of this, this economy, I think that's what they ultimately made their decision on. And I also think the Democrats need to stop. They were concentrating slowly on the blue wall. They need to stop focusing solely on the blue wall, because I know it'll be, and also the electrical college needs to end. That really does, but you're never going to get them to change it now unless you win control of the Senate or something in the House at the same time, and you have the president, and then you can make a constitutional amendment, because I think you have to do that. But you're never going to get rid of it. But in the meantime, you need to win those red states. You can't just give up those red states and just concede them. Okay, you have to fight for those. Okay, and you have to have a strategy to appeal to those red state voters. You have to. You just have to, because I wasn't really paying attention during the election day, because I voted early, but I was every once in a while checking my phone just to see what the tally was. And of course, Trump had it, because all these red states, were coming in, and he had a big, massive lead over her at first, and it just got ridiculous. Waiting for her to catch up and she lost all those states that Biden won. Okay, and and I know it had to kill her because she thought she had positive momentum going in. Okay, and she had a right vision and all that stuff. And if I was her, I would not go back into politics. I say screw this. She was a senator. Okay, she was the vice president. If I was her, I just take me and my husband. We'll just go off and just draw some law firm if you want to keep working, or she can go around and make speeches or whatever. But I would not. Okay, because Washington is a grinder, and it'll grind you up and spit you out. And if I was her, I would not even. To me, it's not worth the effort, because I think she did have a positive message, but it didn't resonate with the people, and so you have to move on. I think I would not even attempt. And like my friend said, I don't think we'll get a woman president in our lifetime. I just don't think it'll happen eventually. I think, but it just will not happen anytime soon. That won't happen. Okay, but like I said, it is what it is. And like I said, I'll take a little break from politics for a while just to get over this thing of it. Because hey, like I said, I wanted her to win, again, like I said, I'm a New Yorker, so I know Donald Trump. Okay, because Donald Trump is New York and all that stuff, and all of his history and all that stuff. I'm sorry. People say, oh, I'm sorry. I just cannot stand him. Okay, I'm sorry. You want to be honest. I can't lie and say that I like or pretend that I like. No, I just can't stand him. But it is what it is. I can't change history. History has been made. Okay, he's got to be president, and we have to live with it. Okay, so all you got to do is just move on with it, and I'll follow other things. I'm right now, like I said, I'm concentrating on winter, with my Mets, because I'm a New York Met fan. So I'm concentrating on off-season baseball, and hopefully we get it, us getting Juan Soto and re-signing Pete Alonso, and getting the guy from the pitcher from the Orioles, him straightening our bullpen, okay, and just doing that stuff, because we got a lot of money coming off the books. So that's what I'm hoping for. I'm going to concentrate on that and my movies, and again, like I said, I'm stepping away from politics for a while. I'll wait a couple of months. I'll probably tune back in maybe February or March after the inauguration. All that. So like I said, I don't want to see the crap. I don't care who's in his cabinet. I don't care who's going to be doing this and who's going to be doing that. I don't care about any of it. Okay. Again, as long as they don't screw around with my Social Security, okay, then I can swallow it and keep moving on and wait till the next election. Okay. But and also I want to mention this thing because I said that I blame specifically I blame two people for them losing, and Biden was one for sticking around and entering, not getting out of the race in time and running at all for a second term. Again, that was pure ego. Okay, and I can't stand it. But the second person that I blame specifically, okay, for this is Merrick Garland. Now, hear me out with Merrick Garland. Now, Merrick Garland, he was going to be President Obama was going to nominate him for the Supreme Court, but Mitch McConnell said no, we're not going to call it. We're not going to have a vote on it, okay, until after the election. And basically, he got screwed out of being on the Supreme Court by Mitch McConnell. Okay, so then Biden picks him to be Attorney General. Okay, now after they had that commission on January 6th, what happened and stuff, and they had all that evidence, and they gave it to the Department of Justice. Merrick Garland sat on his ass, okay, for I think 3 years before he recommended the special counsel to start investigating Donald Trump for his various crimes. And then of course all Donald Trump did was basically declare he was going to run for president again, because he knew that was the only way that he could, if he won, that he could get in and he could have his Department of Justice dismiss all the charges that he has against him. But Merrick Garland sat on his ass for 3 years on all that evidence that commission came up with, and sat on his ass. Instead of indicting Donald Trump as soon as he came into office, he sat on his ass because he didn't want to piss off, why he felt the need, he didn't want to piss off Republicans when they screwed him out of getting the Supreme Court job, getting a seat on the Supreme Court. I don't know why you were afraid to attack them back, indict Trump, okay, for his obvious crimes, okay? And you sat on your behind for 3 years. So, again, Merrick Garland's going to go down in history, as far as I'm concerned, as one of the weakest attorney generals ever, okay? He had clear and present evidence against Donald Trump, and he sat on his ass for 3 years on it and didn't do anything, okay? So that's why I blame him as well. Donald Trump would have never been able to run for president if he would have been indicted. He probably still would have ran anyway, but he couldn't have ran out the clock, because you would have had 4 years to get his butt indicted and sentenced. He could have been appealing, and then eventually his appeals would have wore out, and he would have went on trial and probably been convicted. Okay, but you waited too long. So again, like I said, I blame Joe Biden and I blame Merrick Garland. It's going to hurt Biden's legacy. It is going to hurt his legacy that he waited. And I know they say Nancy Pelosi is blaming him for not getting out soon enough, and for even running at all. I think she's really pissed at him for doing that. So I don't think you're going to see either one of you're never going to see them together in any room anywhere. Okay, but again, like I said, I feel sorry for Kamala, because you know what she has to do, because she's the vice president. She has to certify the election, which she'll do. She'll do it. She's not going to refuse to do it. She's going to do her job, and she's going to certify the election that Donald Trump won. She's going to do it, and she's probably going to show up for the inauguration as well, because I think I know the president usually does that. President usually shows up, kind of hand off, and then he gets on the helicopter and flies away. I don't know if the vice president usually has to show up, so I don't know if she's going to show up for that, because I think that's usually the president has to do that, and then the president go off. So I don't think she may not have to show up for that, which I don't. But if I was her, I wouldn't show up for that if I don't have to. But if it's tradition and stuff, she'd probably do it, because you could say that about her, that she follows tradition, and she's not gonna at the certification. She's not gonna try to pull a fast one and say, oh no, this is all wrong. She's not gonna say that. She's gonna certify the election, certify that he won. She's gonna do her job. Okay, she's not gonna whine and bitch like Donald Trump did. He was whining and bitching before he won. Okay, just in case. But she's gonna, she'll take it in stride and she'll do it. But that's why I only feel sorry for her. And like I said, I still don't think you'll get a woman to be president in our lifetime, which is a shame. But it is what it is. And like I said, we have to deal with it and hope for the best. And like I said, as long as they don't mess with my Social Security, I'm okay. Okay. I'll just have to swallow and take it and move on. And like I said, the Democrats need to get somebody that's young, and that's why I think the guy that's the governor of, I think Andy Beshear, that's his name, I think, right? He's the governor of Kentucky. Okay, he's been the governor twice, I believe. He's young. I think he's 42 or something like that, 46. They need to get him. He needs to run for president. Okay, the next time but they need to start putting him out here now. Okay, so people get to know him and know who he is. And he's from the Midwest Kentucky. Okay, and that's what I think. Again, you got to fight for those red states. Stop giving up those red states. That's the one thing that just really stop giving up those red states. Okay, you got to try to fight and win those states until they change that electoral college, which I think needs to be changed, and it should be popular vote. You got to work with what you got, but you got to try to win those red states and not just concede them. Okay, you got to try to win those too as well. And I think hopefully Andy Beshear would be my pick to try to run for president in 2028. I think either him, Josh Shapiro. You got to have a robust primary where you get all these guys in there and pick the best one out of there. And unfortunately, like I said, I don't think you can pick a woman. I just don't think you can. And I also think in these progressives that whine and complain about you moving center, I'm sorry, you're never going to win trying to have all these left-leaning policies. Okay, I agree you should have some, but you do have to I think you have to be in the center right to win. And if you want to win some of those red states, you're going to have to be center right. Because you can't let these Republicans define you as a liberal, okay, and that you can get these people that will never, in these red states, that will never vote for you. You got to try to win those red states instead of just conceding them and concentrate only on the blue wall. Okay, you concentrate on the blue wall, but you concentrate on those red states as well. That's what I think you need to do, and stop conceding those red states. And because I think it's a shame. And again, like I said, I only feel sorry. That's the only person I feel sorry for. Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. Tim Walz is a good guy. Okay, but he'll be okay. You know, he's got a good family, and he's been a governor for 2 terms and stuff. And he would have been a good vice president. I think he would have been. He's just you can just tell he's one of these solid Midwestern guys that loves this country. And I do feel bad for him. That I feel bad for him and Kamala, because I think they would have been a good team. I really do believe that. But again, we have to deal with reality, and reality is Donald Trump won, so he's going to be the 47th president, and we have to deal with it. And hopefully, he won't wreck this country too much. Okay, that's the only thing you can hope for. Okay, and move on. Okay, and just hope that the world will be okay in 4 years, and just move on. Okay, you do have to point fingers, and hopefully they better learn something. These Democrats better learn something from this, and this time make sure you get all your ducks in a row. Okay, and you put the best candidate out there. Okay, and hopefully that way you'll have a good chance in 2028 to hopefully retake the White House. Okay, so anyway, let me know what you think of the election and the whole thing. And like I said, I thought seriously that it was going to be close. A lot of people said it was going to be close, but it wasn't close. Okay, it was not close at all. Okay, and she lost a lot of those swing states that Biden won. And again, I think that was a combination of things, a combination of her being a woman, her having a short time to try to get her message out there, and I only feel bad for her and Tim Walz. I don't and I blame, like Nancy Pelosi, I do blame Biden, and I do blame Merrick Garland for sitting on his ass, okay, and not indicting Trump. And even though I can't even blame Mitch McConnell, who I think is partly responsible as well, because he had a shot too when they impeached Donald Trump the second time to impeach him in the Senate. And he could have made a deal with him that he couldn't run for president anymore. But Mitch McConnell again weaseled out, okay? And again, history is gonna remember them being weasels, a bunch of weasels, okay? A bunch of spineless weasels, okay? And I don't want to watch any of this inauguration stuff, any of it, all the transition stuff. I don't want to watch 1 second of it, okay? Because I just don't want to see the gloating and of these people that I just can't stand. Okay, I'll be perfectly honest. I'm not trying to hide it and try to say, oh well, just have to for the good of the country, just have to accept it. No, I can't stand these people. I'm sorry, I can't. Okay, and I can't fake it. Okay, that I do. So, like I said, I'll stay away from politics for a couple of months, and then I'll probably check in every once in a while just to see what's going on. Okay, but anyway, again, let me know what you think. Feel free to leave comments down below. In the description box, I have links to my Facebook, my Twitter, my Instagram. Also have a link to my main channel, Trepacer, as well. Also have a link down below to my Patreon. Again, my Patreon's only $5 a month. Tons of content on there. Tons of other content on there. I got everything, over 200 videos on there. And I have things divided into 5 categories. I have a movie category, a Gen V and the Boys collection, a DC TV show collection, a Marvel TV show collection, and a Star Wars TV show collection. You get 5-minute preview clips of all the content that I have on there. So follow link down below to my merchandise, to my Patreon. Also have a link down below to my merchandise store, which I started a couple of months ago. As you can see, I'm wearing one of my Trepacer shirt, my baseball shirt. I have a logo designed by a YouTuber named Jay. Thank you, Jay, for that. I have hats, t-shirts, mugs, sweatshirts, hoodies, and I'm definitely going to be buying a hoodie with my logo on it as well. That's another thing I got to buy and stuff. And so follow link down below to my merchandise store. That's another way for you to support me. Also, please give this video a thumbs up. It helps the channel, and I truly appreciate it. Also, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, so you know when I upload new content to this channel. And this is Paul saying so long and take care.